Alrighty, looks like we're live again. Hey there, everybody. It's a nasty one here again, and welcome back to the next episode of the Sawteeth franchise rebuild here in Super Mega Baseball 4, year number 2. Last episode, we fell behind big against the Hot Corners and rallied to within inches of tying the game late and ended up falling just short in the comeback attempt, 12-11. That is our second straight loss in a row, as we're now 5-3 on the year at the end of the regular season's first half, but we are still within striking distance of first place in the division, only a half game out of first. This episode coming up, we're taking on the last place Wild Pigs, so this is a game of two teams going in opposite directions this year. On the mound for us will be our ace, Dick Lucas, 1-0 with a 2.77 ERA and a 1.23 whip. And on the mound for the 2-6 Wild Pigs, who are currently in last place in their division, is newly acquired Rusty Nazu, who is actually from the Platypi organization, not the Wide Loads. I definitely got them mixed up last episode. But he was just signed when they released West Yogurt, and they also signed another starting pitcher as well in the roster moves section. Bertram Halfberger III has also been signed by them. So the Wild Pigs have given up on the season. They've also released Meow Bubkins as well. So yeah, the Wild Pigs have basically just sold all of their starting pitching. It's gotten so bad to the point that their rotation doesn't even have a rating on the team overview screen up there at the top under their records. So yeah, they're basically in full sell mode at this point, it appears. Lineup for us for today's game, leading off at third base, Kira Nutmeg, batting second, On Fire, center fielder / Trips, batting third, right fielder, Howie Caldeet, batting fourth, rookie catcher, Mackenzie Fry, batting fifth, DH, Johnny Bags, batting sixth, locked in second baseman, Janice Friedman, batting seventh, shortstop, John Renero, batting eighth in left field, Kathy Cul-de-sac, and batting ninth, still tense at first base, Peak Physique. Let's get it on. Looking at the Pigs roster, looking at their lineup, they got some new faces, but a lot of familiar ones as well, so be interesting to see why they're just not performing this year. I mean, 2-6 is pretty far below what they should be doing, especially with that amount of power in the lineup. You think they'd be closer to 500, but hey, sometimes it's not all about hitting home runs.
It's game time at Founders Field. The wait is over. It's baseball time.
All right, let's get it on. Nutmeg, Trips, and Caldeet up first against Rusty Nozzle, who'll be making his season debut, so he has no stats to look at for us. So Nutmeg leading off at third base today, hitting 300 with an RBI in the air. She'll get it started against Nozzle, who's injury prone. Slider in there at the letters, 0-1. Way high on the heater that time, 1-1. Curveball's outside, 2-1. Slider down and in, Nutmeg drives it right center, but she got under it. Over for the center fielder, Ava Blanc, and that's one down. / Trips up next. Center fielder's On Fire, hitting 641, 4 homers, 9 RBIs on the year. He homered at the end of last game, bringing us within a run. Strike up there at the letters, 0-1. That's in the dirt on the bouncing curve, 1-1. Slider at the knees, late swing, fouled off, 1-2. Trips behind. Heater up and away, driven by Trips deep left center field, heading for the gap. That is down in front of Hardman, who cuts it off. Throw in is late. It's a double for Trips, who hustles it out. Runner in scoring position for us, one down. Here's Howie Caldeet, the right fielder, hitting 300 on the year, 3 homers, 9 RBIs on the season. Hitless last episode, trying to figure out how to hit the ball again. Curveball been in, that'll help. Grounded up the middle, diving toot whistle to cut it off, so fire to first, 2 down. Runner at third, 2 down for Mackenzie Fry, the rookie catcher who sat out last episode, hitting 533, 5 homers, 8 RBIs on the year. Slider middle in, line back up the middle to center, that is down in front of Blanc for an RBI knock. Trips scores, 1-0 Sawteeth. Next up, Johnny Bags, hitting 290 on the year with an RBI, as DH is not hitting where he was in year number 1, trying to bounce back and get back above 300. Inside almost hits him with that fastball as it gets off the catcher's glove as well, as that will allow Fry to advance to second easily in the wild pitch, 1-0. Heater away outside, 2-0. Fastball middle in, driven by Johnny. Deep left field, he got a lot of it. Back to the wall, Hardman leaping, saws it off. Just out of reach, it's a home run. Johnny Baggs hits his first of the year. That makes it 3-0. Sawteeth extend the lead in the first. Here's Janice Friedman. Locked in second baseman, homered twice last episode. Hitting .500 on the year now with 5 homers and 10 RBIs as he actually doubled his RBI total. I believe he drove in 5 runs last episode on 2 homers. Heater up and in, chopped, slow roll to short. Michaels to his right, backhands cleanly, and that ends the inning as he makes the play to first. 3 runs in the inning, though, for the Sawteeth, capped off by the 2-run blast by Johnny Baggs. Also had the RBI knock there from Mackenzie Fry. Blanc, toot whistle, and Wagner do up first here for the Pigs against Dick Lucas. Center fielder Ava Blanc leading off, second-year player with easy target, hitting .226, 2 homers, 3 RBIs. For those of you familiar with the Freebooter series, Blanc is actually one of our starting outfielders in that playthrough. Dick Lucas on the mound for the Sawteeth here today, making his 3rd start. He's 1-0, .277 ERA and a .123 WHIP. 4 earned runs given up on the year for the ace in 2 starts, totaling 13 innings, so just under 7 innings a start. 15 hits surrendered, a walk, a homer, and 11 strikeouts, second best in the rotation. Batting average against .306 on the year for Dick. Take a close look at the Pigs lineup after they've gone through it once. Heater down and away, strike called, 0-1. I know there's a lot of power here. Curveball down and in is inside, 1-1. Workball down and away, fouled off out of play, 1-2. Change up and in. Strike 3 called. First punch out for Lucas, 1 down. Caught Blanc looking. Next up, second baseman, tense squinch toot whistle. Hitting .250 on the year. No homers or RBIs yet. Very big underperforming year so far for toot whistle. With those hitting ratings, you should be have a lot more impact in the homer and RBI category, let me say. Contact was righty active here for toot whistle. Curveball at the knees on the first pitch, line to short, right at Renero, 2 down. Base empty for the DH today, Spanky Wagner. Hitting .267 on the year, 3 RBIs, and he has first pitch Slayer active here. Forkball hangs. That was a mistake pitch right down the middle, but thankfully just foul. He was a little or too early. 0-1 pitch, fastball down and in. Whiffed on it, 0-2 as Lucas ahead in the count. He's got a commanding advantage. Slider up, whiffed through it, strike 3. Second punch out for Lucas, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. To the second, it's 3-0. Bottom of the lineup up for the Sawteeth here, Renero, cul-de-sac, and Physique. Good start so far. Let's see if we can keep it going. Renero leading off, shortstop homered last episode, hitting .353 with 3 homers, 14 RBIs here on the season. Heater up and away high, ball 1. Heater away, chopped up the first base line, off the diving glove of the first baseman, and that's going to be an infield single as Osteroni could not handle it. Renero on to lead off. Here's left fielder Kathy Cul-de-sac, hitting .250, 2 RBIs on the season. Contact versus righty active as Cul-de-sac gets the start against the right-hander here. Heater inside misses from nozzle, ball 1. He's still tense after the 3-run outburst in the first. That's low on the, I believe that was a cutter, 2-0. Fastball middle in, Cul-de-sac drives it deep left center field, carrying well, but it's going to hang up for Blanc at the warning track, 1 down. A little bit more to the left, might have a home run there. Renero still at first. Here is first baseman Peak Physique, 9-hitter. His 10th still, hitting only .179 in the year with 1 measly RBI. It has not been a great year for Peak. Whiffed down the middle. It's just been that kind of season for Peak. 0-1. Curve out the knees, fouled off. 0-2. Heater up and in chase, back to nozzle on a hop. Will fire to second 1. Michael's first, double play, and that ends the inning. Bottom 2, it's still 3-0. Hardman, Michaels, and Evans do up all. Left fielder Rosie Hardman leading off. The young outfielder is locked in with high pitch active, hitting .367, 5 RBIs. Second year with the club here for Hardman, as this is her original team to start the series. Heater up and in, inside, ball 1. Curveball down and in. That's grounded to first hard, past the diving Physique into right field. Leadoff runner on. And that'll bring up shortstop Bloop Michaels, hitting .206 with 1 homer and 6 RBIs on the year. Bad ball hitter active for Bloop. He's the face of this offense, and so far he is not delivering much either. Barely hitting above the Mendoza line here. Change it down and in, rip to short, right over an arrow, 1 down. Flash Evans up next, the right fielder, batting only 100 on the year with a homer and 2 RBIs. I'm seeing a trend of why they're not winning. They are not hitting well. They are squandering their potential and not delivering what they should be. Slider away, strike called, 0-1. And unfortunately for them, the hitters haven't been punished for it. The pitching staff has. Forkball down and away, low, 1-1. You can't win if you can't score, though. Heater up and in, strike called, 1-2. Change it down and in. Low in the dirt, 2-2. Good take there from Evans. The ball away. Lined at the middle, base hit, and Evans has his first hit today. 2 on, 1 down here, as the Wild Pigs are in business in the second. Coming up is newly acquired first baseman Testy Ostaroni, who was on the Moonstars last year. Second-year player is tense with RBI 0 active, as well as injury prone. He is hitting a paltry, appalling .045 with 1 homer and 2 RBIs. Is that your only hit of the season, Testy, or do you have 2? Oh my God, I don't think I've ever seen something so bad. Either way, in the first pitch, rip to the gap left center field. Well, that'll turn your season around, Testy, as he's going to come through with runners in scoring position, something he barely ever does. 1 run in, Evans around third as well. He'll score. It's a 2-run double for Ostaroni, 3-2. Next up's the 8-hitter Roberto Alba. Backup third baseman hitting .400 on the year with a homer, 3 RBIs. Curveball down and in on the first pitch. That's a strike called at the knees, 0-1. Forcing him up and in, fouled off, out of play, 0-2. Slider down and away, outside, 1-2, good take. Forkball down and away, driven by Alba, the left field, hit pretty well, called a sack back, makes the catch, 2 down. Ostaroni hanging on there at second. Here's the 9-hitter, rookie second-year catcher Cozy Spooner, hitless on the year. He is the backup catcher for the Wild Pigs here. Bat ball hitter active for Spooner. Forcing him up and in on the first pitch, blew it by him, 0-1. Forkball down in the way, fouled off behind the plate, 0-2. Slider down and in, low in the dirt, 1-2, good eye. Change him up and away, way high, 2-2. About the knees, chop slow roller under the mound into shallow center. That's going to be a base knock for Spooner. He's going to deliver his first RBI of the year. It is 3-3, and that's his first hit as well. Pigs tied up, back to the top of the lineup. Here's Blanc, 0-1 intense. Fastball up on the first pitch, fouled off late, out of play, 0-1. Change up inside, chop slow roller in front of the plate. Fry bare hands to first in time to end the inning. But Lucas gives up 3 in the inning, 2 on the double by Ostaroni and 1 on the single by Spooner. 3-3 to the third. Nutmeg, Trips, and Called Eat do up against Nozzle. Next time up for the Pigs, we'll take a look at their lineup in detail since we've gone through the lineup once. Nutmeg leading off, 0-1 today. Flew out her first time up. Heater at the knees, 0-1. That's outside, 1-1. Curveball down in the way, dumped to right center field, and that is down for a hit for Nutmeg as it rolls to the fence. And it gets under Blanc's glove as she misplays the carom. Throw in is late. Double for Nutmeg. Leadoff runner in scoring position here for Trips. 1-for-1 with a double his first time up. He also scored. That ball hitter active for Slash. Curveball hangs, driven deep to center. That might be deep enough to get Nutmeg over to third. Blanc's throw in getting cut by Michaels. Relay throw is late, and it's airmailed. Thankfully, Nozzle was there to save it from going in the dugout. Runner 90 feet away for Called Eat. 0-for-1 with the ground out to second, his first time up. Curveball up and away outside from Nozzle, ball 1. Pass down and in, broken back grounder back to the mound. Nozzle's going to get Nutmeg in a rundown as she ended up too far down the line, and she's going to get tagged out. Runner at first, 2 down for Fry. Singled in a runner first time up. That was her 9th RBI of the year. Trying to keep the inning alive. Slider down and in, grounded on the topped into second. Toot whistle makes the play, and that ends the inning. Bottom 3, we ran ourselves out of that inning, and it wasn't even me. That was the AI running nutmeg to the plate. That was stupid of them. Bottom 3, we're tied. Toot whistle, Wagner, and Hardman. Hard lineup coming up for the Pigs. Toot whistle leading off. Second baseman still tense, 0 for 1 today. Take a look at the actual roster here for the Pigs. So we know their lineup already. What's on the bench? They have a second-year first baseman, Duder El Dorino. They have a returning outfielder, utility man Godfred Storm. A returning outfielder, Enrique Goyo. And they have Chase Tabul, who they picked up from the Grapplers. Looking at their new pitching rotation, they have Whiff Smessen, who has remained with the team. Bertram Halfberger III, they just signed, BH3 out of free agency. Bella Mietball, they signed at the beginning of the season. That's their pitching rotation, good God. They still have Donovan Drake, Atlanta Lantana, and Kendra Kerr from last year's squad. They picked up Horace Heimlich in the free agent pool last year, and they signed Lynetta Betta in the free agent period, so they have some new faces, but yeah, a lot of old faces as well. All right. Get it on. First pitch fastball away from Lucas. Chased outside. 0-1. Pull down and in. Check swing strike. 0-2. 0-2 pitch coming. Slider inside. Fouled off. Out of play by Toot whistle. 0-2 count. Curveball at the knees. Chop slow roll to second. Freeman charges. Makes the play. 1 down. Next up, Spanky Wagner. Struck out swinging his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Change it down the way in the first pitch. Check swing strike called. 0-1. Slider down and in. Chased it inside and low. 0-2. Heater up. Turned on by Wagner and absolutely obliterated. They're getting wild here at Founders Field. Home run for Wagner as he absolutely ate that ball. Almost into the second deck there and right. First of the year for Spanky. It is 4-3. Pigs take the lead. Rosie Hardman up. Left fielder 1 for 1 with a single. High pitch active for her. She's locked in as Lucas now tense. Forkball down in the way in the first pitch. Low. Ball 1. Rosie down in the way. Chopped up the middle to short. Renero dodged to his left. Off his glove into center field. That'll be an infield single. Good effort by John. He just couldn't secure it. Luke Michaels up next. Shortstop's 0 for 1 today. Slider put in on the first pitch. Popped up foul. That is out of play. 0-1. Michaels lined out the short his first time up. Change it down and in. Chase grounded to short right at Renero. Charge. Flip to second. 1. Friedman to first. Double play. You love to see it as that ends the inning. Wagner hits a bomb. An absolute rocket into right field for his first homer of the year. 4-3 to the 4th. Pigs have come from a 3-0 down to take the lead. Baggs, Friedman, and Renero due up against Nozzle. Johnny Baggs leading off. DH hit a 2-run homer his first time up. He's 1 for 1 today. That was his first homer of the season. Also only his second and third RBIs of the year as that fastball is down low. Ball 1. Heater up and away high. 2-0 the count to Johnny. Fastball down and in. Johnny drives it left center field, cutting away from Blanc. Can she run it down? Yes, she can. Good range. 1 down. Janice Friedman up next. Grounded back to the mound his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Heater away. Strike called. 0-1. Curveball up and in. Chop to short. Michaels makes the play again. 2 down. Base is empty for Renero. 1 for 1 with a single his first time up. Curveball up and away outside. Ball 1. Nowhere near the zone. Slider up, taken high. 2-0 is big hack activates for Renero, giving them that power boost. Slider middle in, turned on by John. Cracked deep to left center field. He didn't get quite all of it, but it is off the base of the fence. Extra bases for John. He's in with a 2-out double. It keeps the inning alive and puts him in scoring position for cul-de-sac. 0 for 1. Grounded out her first time up to shortstop. Slider away is outside. Ball 1. Either way, that's a strike. 1-1. Slider at the knees, lined up the middle, over the diving Michaels' glove. That's a base hit. Coming around third is John. He's going to try it. Here comes the throw from Blanc. Cut by Osteroni. It is a tie game at 4 as Cul-de-sac delivers her third RBI of the year. 2 down, runner at first for Peak Physique. 0 for 1. Grounded into a double play his first time up. Curveball hangs, and once again he misses a pitch down the middle. Fouls it back. 0-1. At least this time he made contact on it and didn't miss it completely. Curveball at the knees, out in front, ripped foul, 0-2. Pick off to first, back safely, Cul-de-sac. There it goes. Heater up and away high, no one in the zone, throw down by Spooner, in the dirt, and dropped. East stolen base for Cul-de-sac. I believe that's Kathy's first of the year. It is, she's 1 for 1. 1-2 the count now to Physique, runner in scoring position. Chase the heater up and in, strike 3. First punch out for Nozzle, and that ends the inning. Bottom 4 were tied at 4 after Cul-de-sac's 2-out single. Evans, Osteroni, and Alba do up against Lucas. Flash Evans leading off, 1 for 1 with the single. He's also scored a run today. Curveball down on the way in the first pitch, strike call to the knees, 0-1. Losing up and away, chased it high, 0-2. Change up and in, chased it, strike 3. Third punch out for Lucas, 1 down. He's feeling it. Osteroni up next, 1 for 1 with a double, driving in 2 last time up. Change it down on the first pitch, fouled off, 0-1. Osteroni out front of it. Slider up, fouled off, 0-2. Four-seamer up and away. Outside, 1-2, good take. Curveball down and in, fouled off, out in front. Still 1-2. Fork ball away, fouled off again, still 0-2. Four-seamer middle in, turned on by Osteroni, cracked deep right center field, carrying well. Trips, leaps at the wall, it is gone. Getting wild again as that's in the Pigs bullpen. Osteroni hits his second homer of the year, and that is his third RBI of the day. It is 5-4. Pigs take the lead again. It's going to be a slugfest today. Alba up next, 0 for 1. Alba flew out to left his first time up as Lucas is once again tense. Heater middle in on the first pitch, strike called, 0-1. Change up and away, Alba goes with it, drives it deep left field as he sat on it, hit well. Cul-de-sac again, makes the catch at the warning track on him, 2 down. Cozy Spooner up next, catcher singled in a run his first time up. He's batting 1 for 3 on the year now with his first RBI. Slider down on the first pitch, low, ball 1. Forkball down on the way, chased, fouled off, out of play, 1-1. Curveball down and in, chop foul, out of play, 1-2. Change up and in, grounded, slow roll to second. Freeman to his right, cuts it off, fires. That ends the inning. Osteroni, though, goes yard. His first of the day, second of the year, 5-4 to the 5th. Pigs lead. Nutmeg, Trips, and Caldeet do up top the lineup against Nozzle for the 3rd time today. It's going to be a slugfest today, folks. Strap in. If you want offense, this is what you want. This is going to make you very happy.
The third baseman, number 15, Kira.
Nutmeg up, 1 for 2 with a double last time up. And was caught in a rundown between third and home. Heater inside misses, ball 1. Heater in the dirt, 2-0 to Nutmeg. Curveball down and then ripped up the line. Diving Osteroni to make the nice catch, 1 down. Slash Trips up next, 1 for 2 with a double today. Flew out to center his first time up, or last time up. Rally starter and bad ball hitter active here for Slash. Rips that fastball at the knees to right, but right at Evans, 2 down. Caldeet up next, he's 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice last time up. Heater high, chased out of play, 0-1, fouled off. Heater up and in, chased it again, 0-2. Cutter up and in, whiffed through it, strike 3. Second punch out for Nozzle, 1-2-3 inning for him in the 5th. Bottom 5, we're halfway home. Blanc, Toot Whistle, and Wagner due up. Blanc leading off, 0 for 2 today, and tense. Grounded back to the catcher last time up. And Caldeet got hurt, whiffing on that power swing. Grady, muscle strain. Ain't that just about a bitch? Well, I can't put Bags in right because he's DHing, so that's a bummer. All right, well, Hanzo, get out there. Go play right field.
Now in the game, Hanzo Majiko.
That is unfortunate. Curveball at the knees on the first pitch, ripped hard and foul, out of play, 0-1. Four-seamer up and away. Driven by Blanc to left center into the gap. Cul-de-sac giving chase. Runs it down for the first out. Toot whistle up next, 0 for 2 and rattled today.
Squinch, toot whistle.
Forkball down and in on the first pitch. Strike called at the knees, 0-1. Nice pitch from Lucas to get ahead. Four-seamer up and away. Chased it outside and high, 0-2. Slider away. Chased it outside, strike 3. Fourth punch out for Lucas, 2 down. Base is empty for Wagner. Solo homer last time up as he murked a fastball.
Spanky Wagner.
Forkball at the knees on the first pitch. Strike called, 0-1. Nice pitch. Curveball down and in. Inside, 1-1. Four-seamer down and away. Just low, 2-1. 2-1 pitch coming. Changeup up and in. Chased it inside, 2-2. Slider down and in. Hit on the ground to second. Friedman to his right, backhands cleanly. Fires to first. 1-2-3 inning for Lucas in the fifth. To the sixth. That's 5-4 still. Fry, Bags, and Friedman do up against Nozzle. Fry leading off, 1 for 2. RBI single last time at the plate for her. Let's see if McKenzie delivers again. Cut her in there for a strike, 0-1. Fastball at the knees, right down the middle, ripped down the line, sawed it off. That got out in a hurry. Fry jumps on a hanging fastball, and she delivers. Sixth homer of the year for Fry, and that ties the game at 5. She's at 10 RBIs now in the year. Second RBI of the game for Fry as well. Here's Johnny Bags. 2-run homer earlier in the game. He flew out last time up. Cutter low, ball 1. Slider at the knees, driven by Johnny, deep left center field, going back, and that one hops to the fence as it gets over Blanc's head. She gets it in, but it is a double for Johnny. He's in scoring position as the go-ahead run. Friedman up next, 0 for 2. Grounded out to shortstop twice today. Nozzle done here after 5+ innings. He gives up 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. Runner at second, his responsibility. Also gives up 2 home run balls. Coming out of the bullpen, lefty ace reliever, Alana Lantana. Lantana on the air. Let's have a look. No record, a 4.50 ERA and a 1 WHIP. 4 earned runs given up in 4 appearances out of the bullpen. 8 innings pitched. 5 hits surrendered. 3 walks, 1 homer, a wild pitch, and 8 strikeouts. Batting average against 179 on the year. Facing Friedman, who's 0 for 2 today with 2 groundouts to shortstop. Fastball down and in. Strike called at the knees. 0-1. Lantana gets ahead. Slider up and in, jams Friedman as he gets under it. Skies at left center, shallow. In on it, Hardman. She'll call off Michaels and put it away. 1 down. Next up, Renero, 2 for 2 today. Double and a single on the cards. Looking for his 3rd hit of the game. Peter down in the way, check swing, strike called. 0-1. Cutter down and in, slow roll to short. Michaels makes the easy play, looks to run her back. 2 down. Cul-de-sac up next. RBI single last time up. She's 1 for 2. Lefty-lefty matchup, though. We'll take away her contact versus righty boost, unfortunately. Cutter at the letters. Strike called. 0-1. Slider at the knees. Hit up the middle. Michaels overcuts it off. On to first. That ends the inning. The game tied now on the home run by Fry. Her 6th of the year. 5-5 to the bottom of the 6th. Hardman, Michaels, and Evans do up against Lucas. Is going to start the inning here to see how it goes. His pitch count's actually pretty low for this point in the game, only 64, so I think I can get at least 1 inning out of him. Hardman up 2 for 2 today, 2 singles. High pitch still active for her. Had an infield knock last time up off the diving glove of Renero. Forkball middle in, a little too high, but in the hole. Renero backhands to his right and fires across in time. 1 down. Michaels up next. He's 0 for 2 and tenths today. Grounded into a double play last time up. Heater up and in, blew it by him, 0-1. Curveball down and away, way outside, 1-1. Change it down and in, whiff through it, 1-2. Work ball down in the way. Rip to third. Fair ball. Into the corner it goes as that just stayed inside the line. Extra bases for the speedy Michaels as he's going to be on with a one-out double. Evans up next, 1 for 2 with a single today. RBI 0 active though for Flash here. Slider been away in the first pitch. Strike called. 0-1. Four-seamer down in the way. Chased it outside. 0-2. Curveball middle in. Fouled back. Evans behind. 0-2. Change it down in the way. Chopped foul. Still 0-2. Leader up, runner goes. Swung through it. Strike 3. Throw to third by Fry. In time. It's a strike him out. Throw him out. Double play. You love to see it. As that ends the inning. To the 7th. We stay tied at 5. Physique, nutmeg, and trips do up. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Zeke leading off, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging last time up. He's also hit into a double play today. Base and Lantana entering her second inning of work. Cutter down and in. Strike called. 0-1. Slider hangs. Turned on by Physique. Deep left center field. Did he get it? Yes, he did. Saws it off into the first row in left center. First homer of the year for Peak Physique. Will that finally break him out of his slump? Let's find out. His first of the year. Good job, Peak. 6-5 the score. We retake the lead. Kieran Nutmeg up, 1 for 3 with the double today. Gonna set some fires. Cutter away is outside. Ball 1. Slider up and in, hitting the hole. Pat under the glove of Alba into left field. That's a base hit. Nutmeg's second hit today. She's 2 for 4. Trips up next, 1 for 3 with a double today. Bad ball hitter still active as a switch hitter bats right-handed for the first time today. Pass down and then dump down the right field line. Will it stay fair? No. Just foul. 0-1. Pass down and then grounded to short. Michaels to second. 1. 2 whistle to first. Double play. Third one we've hit into today, or second. Majiko up next. The right fielder coming in for the injured Caldeep 2 innings ago. Batting 1 for 5 on the year off the bench. Fastball at the knee. Strike called. 0-1. Heater up and away high. 1-1. Cutter up and in. Strike called. 1-2. K Collector active for Lantana. Slider at the knees. Majiko rips it left field hard, but it's right at Blanc, or Hardman, and that ends the inning. 1 run in, though, on the home run by Peak Physique as the Sawteeth retake the lead 6-5 to the bottom of the 7th. Osteroni, Alba, and Spooner do up. Lucas is going to start the inning here. He puts a runner on. I'm taking him out. Osteroni leading off. Solo homer last time up for him. He's also had a 2-run double. He's driven in 3 of the 5 Wild Pig runs today. Slider down and in on the first pitch. Low. Ball 1. Just missed the knees. Four-seamer up and away. High. 2-0. Work ball down and away. Low. 3-0. Change up and in. Inside ball 4. That's a leadoff walk for Lucas, and that's going to end his day as he puts Osteroni on. Alba up next, 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to left field. His first 2 times up. Clutch active for him here. Lucas done after 6+ innings. He gives up 8 hits, 1 walk, 5 earned runs, couple home run balls, but he is in line for the victory. He also struck out a 5 today. Not bad, Dick. Not bad. Coming out of the bullpen for us. How we want to approach this. So we have Waters, we have Primo, we have both Hurlington brothers. Goatman is a no-go though. Okay. Who's up for them? Let's see. What we got? We got a lefty. We have a lefty. Switch hitter. Lefty. There's a lot of lefties in this lineup. Okay, so we want a lefty. Goatman would have been perfect for this with the specialist trait, but unfortunately, he needs to rest, so he is a no-go right now. So we're going to go to BH4 out of the bullpen. Bob Hurlington IV, who is still tense. Hurlington on the year, no record, a 5.79 ERA and a 2.14 WHIP. 5 runs given up, 3 earned in 3 appearances, 1 save recorded, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 10 hits surrendered, 5 strikeouts, 1 home run ball. Batting average against 400 is the highest out of the bullpen right now. BH4 looking to try and keep the game lead at 1 here for us in the 7th. Four-seamer up and away in the first pitch. High, ball one. Change it down and in. Turned on and skied to right. Hit well, but Majiko there makes the catch. One down. Hanzo barely had to move for that one. Next up is Cozy Spooner. Catcher 1 for 2 with an RBI single today. Grounded up to second last time up. Pinch hitting for him is second-year at first baseman Duder Eldorino. Hit it hitless on the season. Power bat coming off the bench here, trying to get something started. Change it down the way, outside, ball one. Peter middle in. Eldorino fouls it off. He was late, 1-1. Slider down and in. Grounded up the third base line, just foul. 1-2. Change it down. Chased it, fouled it off. He'll stay alive. 1-2. Four-seamer up and away. Chased it, strike three, just outside. First punch out for BH4, 2 down. Blanc up next, 0 for 3 in 10th. Switch hitter bats right-handed for the first time today. Still keeps easy target. Slider down and in on the first pitch, low in the dirt. Good block by Fry behind the plate. Ball one. Four-seamer down. Strike called. 1-1. Nice pitch. Change it down and away. Outside, just missed. 2-1. Four-seamer up and in. Check swing high. Good take. 3-1. Slider down and in. Fouled off. Full count. Runner will be off with the pitch here at first. Four-seamer up and away. Chased it, strike three. BH4 gets back-to-back Ks to end the inning. He comes out of the bullpen and strands the inherited runner at first. To the 8th, it's 6-5. Fry, Bags, and Friedman due up. Attaboy, Bob. Attaboy. Fry leading off, 2 for 3. Solo homer last time up for her. She also had an RBI single earlier in the game. Coming off the bench to take over at catcher, Chase Tabol, the newly acquired Grapplers catcher, is going to replace Eldorino, who does not know how to play catcher. Tibble's regressed to a D+ here. He starts as a C. Cutter down and in, strike called, 0-1. Nice pitch from Lantana. Cutter up and in, grounded to second right at toot whistle. Easy play for Squinch, 1 down. Johnny Bags up next, 2-run homer earlier in the game. He doubled last time up, 2 for 3. Clutch active for Johnny as it's a 1-run game. Fastball up, strike called at the letters, 0-1. That one's high this time, 1-1. Slider middle in, fouled off, 1-2. A little early on it, Johnny. K collector active for Lantana here. Slider away, driven by Johnny off the end of the bat to center. Blanc there to her right, 2 down. Base is empty for Friedman. He's 0 for 3 today. Popped up once and grounded out twice as the first pitch is skied to left. Easy play for Hardman. 1-2-3 inning for Lantana in the 8th. Bottom 8, it's still 6-5. Hard lineup coming up for the Pigs. Toot whistle, Wagner and Hardman. BH4 is going to stay out there as this favors his lefty mentality. Toot whistle leading off, 0 for 3 and rattled today. Switch hitter bats right-handed for the first time today. She'll lose her contact versus righty straight. Peter away on the first pitch. Driven by Toot whistle deep to center field. She got it. It's gone. Getting wild for the Pigs here in the 8th as they tie the game at 6th. First homer of the year for Toot whistle. You hate to see it. Wagner up next, 1 for 3. Solo homer earlier in the game. BH4 is going to stay tense here. Slider away on the first pitch. Strike called at the knees, 0-1. Receiver down and in the dirt, 1-1. Change up at the knees. Wagner chops it on the ground to second. Friedman dives, cuts it off to his right, fires, or left, 1 down. Yeah, that's definitely his left. 1 down, here's Hardman, 2 for 3 with 2 singles today. Four-seamer down and away on the first pitch, low, ball 1. Slider up and in, strike called, 1-1, that caught the letters. Four-seamer middle in, fouled off, 1-2. Change it down and away. Chased, hit on the ground to first. Physique dives to his right, knocks it down. Friedman backs him up, fires the BH4, 2 down. Base is empty for Michaels, 1 for 3 with the double last time up, still tense. Four-seamer inside on the first pitch. Nobody in the zone, ball 1. Slider down in the way. Whiff through it, 1-1. He was looking fastball there. Bless you. Change it middle in. Out in front of it, 1-2 again, looking fastball. Four-seamer away. Hit up the third base line, just foul. A little early, 1-2. Change it down. Hit on the ground to short. Renero dives to his left, cuts it off, gets up and fires. In time to first, that ends the inning, but BH4 does give up the lead on the leadoff homer to Toot Whistle. Their first of the year, it is 6-all to the ninth. Renero, cul-de-sac, and Physique due up. Renero leading off, 2 for 3 today, double and a single on the cards. Grounded out last time up. Slider away, strike called at the knees, 0-1. Cutter up and in, turned on by John, but fouled off, 0-2. Okay, collector active for Lantana here. Cutter up is chased, dumped it back up the middle. Over Michaels' glove, that's a base hit. Renero's third hit today, he's 3 for 4. Sometimes you just get lucky. Cul-de-sac up next, 1 for 3 with an RBI single today. Fastball at the knees, strike called, 0-1. Cutter away outside, 1-1. Fastball up, hard grounder through the middle, base hit as it's off the back of the mound. 2 singles to start the inning for the Sawteeth. We're in business, none down. Here's Peak Physique, homered last time up, he's 1 for 3 today. Can he do it again? Come on, Peak. Will that be the swing that got him out of his slump? Let's find out. Heater down in the way, strike called at the knees, 0-1. Fastball way off the end of the bat to right center. Maybe not quite. Coming in on it is Evans. He'll make the catch, 1 down. 2 on still for the Sawteeth. Here's Nutmeg, 2 for 4 with the double and a single. Mr. last year's MVP / Trips is on deck. Nutmeg looking to get it to him. Heater high, taking ball 1. Slider in there at the knees, 1-1. Slider hangs, driven by Nutmeg deep to center. That chases Blanc back. Catch made for the second out. Runners again hold. Trips up, 1 for 4 with the double today. Lined out to right last time up. That ball hitter active. Can the MVP deliver? It's going to be against a new pitcher. Coming out of the bullpen is Kendra Kerr. She'll replace Atlanta Lantana. Both runners on base, Lantana's responsibility. Kerr on the year 0-2, 5 ERA and a 1.56 whip, 5 earned runs given up in 6 appearances, 1 save on the year, 9 innings pitched, 12 hits surrendered, a homer, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Batting average against on the year 308. First pitch slider up and away, strike called, 0-1 as Kerr gets ahead. Fastball down the way, chopped to short, right at Michaels. On to first, that ends the inning. Wild Pigs have a chance to win it in the bottom of the 9th. Tied at 6. Evans, Osteroni, and Alba due up. Evans leading off, 1 for 3 with a single. BH4 done here after 2 innings. Going to go ahead and turn it over to the rookie left-hander, Everett Waters, as he'll come out of the bullpen here. 20-year-old and making his 3rd appearance of the season. Waters in his first 2, no record, a 5.40 ERA and a 2.40 whip. 3 runs given up, 1 earned in an inning and 2/3. 3 hits surrendered, a walk, a strikeout, and a batting average against a 333. He's going to try and get us to extras. Change up away on the first pitch. Just outside, no call. Ball 1. Four-seamer down in the dirt, 2-0. Curveball down in the way. Ripped to short. Renero there. Makes the catch. 1 down. Osteroni up next. Walked last time up. He's also hit a 2-run double and a solo homer today. Curveball away on the first pitch. Way outside. Ball 1. Cutter down and in. Chop foul behind the plate. 1-1. Four-seamer down in the way. Whiff through it. 1-2 the count. Change it down and in. Chased it in the dirt. Strike 3. First punch out for Waters. 2 down. Base is empty for Alba. 0 for 3 with 3 flyouts today. He's flown out twice to left, and last time up he flew out to right. Clutch still active. Can Alba deliver? Cutter up and away in the first pitch. Strike called. 0-1. Change it down and in. Low and inside. 1-1. Forcing me down in the way. Outside. 2-1. Curveball down. Fouled off. 2-2. 2-2 pitch coming. Cutter up and in. Chased. Fouled off. We'll do it again. 2-2. Where's he up and away? Fouled off again. He chased it. Stays alive, though. Pitch coming again. Curveball inside. Whiffed on it. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Waters. He has a 1-2-3 ninth. To the 10th. We're still tied at 6. Extra innings rules apply. Runner at second to start the inning. Majiko, Fry, and Bags. Harder lineup coming up. Majiko leading off 0-for-1 today. I'm going to see if I have anyone else who can play right field here. We have Trips who can slot over. We have Bags, but that would put the pitcher in the game, which I don't want to do. Cul-de-sac can slot to right as well. Can anybody play left? How about that? Lewis can play left. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to pinch hit with, who's on the mound? A righty. We're going to pinch hit with Kabusler here. And then we're going to sub in Lewis to play left field next inning. Kabusler on the air, hitting 2 for 7 with 1 RBI off the bench. Pinch Perfect is active for the second-year infielder. Pick off the second, back safely is Trips. Arguably, our fastest runner is out there, so that's great. Curveball down and in, the line to third, past Alba's glove into left field, but Trips thought it was going to be caught, so he's going to hold at second. 2 on, none down. Here's Fry. Grounded out to second last time up. She's also hit a RBI single and a solo homer today. 2 for 4 day for the rookie Fry. 2-seamer low and in, ball 1. Kerr sets, checks the runners. Heater at the knees, driven deep down the left field line into the corner, tracking it Hardman. She'll run it down for the first out in foul territory. Nice range. Next up, Johnny Bags. Clutch active for DH today. 2 for 4 today. He has a 2-run homer and a double. Flew out to center last time up. Heater up and in, taken high. Ball 1. Pick off the second in the dirt. Good save by Michaels. Everybody's safe, though. Fastball up and away. Turned on by Johnny and absolutely murked. Sawed it off into the concession stand up there near the dust-up sign. Home run. Johnny Bags, his second of the game, and that 3-run shot breaks it open. It is 9-6. Second of the year for Johnny, second of the game. Janice Friedman up 0 for 4. Flown out twice and grounded out twice. 2-seamer in the dirt. Ball 1 is Kerr now tense. Slide up and away, chased, fouled back, 1-1. Fastball to knees. Janice skies at left center. He got under it. Going over for it is Hardman. 2 down. Next up, Renaro. 3 for 4 today. Double and 2 singles. I'm going to go ahead and put Kabusler in at second base, and then I'm going to go ahead and swap in Lewis from left field when it comes around. Renaro up next. 3 hits today for Johnny. He's 3 for 4. 2 singles and a double. Curveball down and away low. Ball 1. Chased the curveball in the dirt, bouncing 1-1. Bad pitch to swing at. That would have had big hack. Slider up and in, hard chopper to short, right at Michaels. Easy play, and that ends the inning. But the Sawteeth strike for Johnny Bags' second homer of the game. It's a 3-run bomb. 9-6 to the bottom of the 10th. Tabul, Blanc, and Toot Whistle due up. Tabul leading off the catcher. First pitch slayer active. First at bat of the year for him. And we are going to sub in Boo Lewis. He's going to be in left field. So he'll replace Friedman. Kabusler, who pinch hit and got a knock, is going to be at second. Cul-de-sac moves over to right field. I'm going to let Waters start the inning here because he's locked in. If he wasn't, I would go immediately to Primo. We have Primo ready if necessary.
Now in the game, Boo.
Tying run in the on-deck circle for the Pigs. Runner at second is going to be, who is the runner at second? It is Alba, who doesn't have great speed, but he does have clutch active, so it's a little bit above average. First bat of the season for Tabul here. Heater down and away, chopped over to first. Physique backhands cleanly, races to the bag. He'll win the foot race, 1 down. Going to third, Alba. Here's Blanc, 0 for 4 and tenths.
Number 6, Ava Long.
Curveball down and away in the first pitch. Chopped to third, right at Nutmeg. Fires home to keep the runner at third. Fry to first, in time, 2 down. That's a 5-2-3 put out in your books. That'll bring up Toot Whistle. Solo homer last time up. Her first hit of the game and first homer of the year. 1 for 4. Still tense, trying to get ahead here. Heater up and in from Waters. Check swing high. Ball one. Rookie's pitching well today. Curveball away on the next pitch. Pulled to third on the line. Right at nutmeg, and that ends the inning as Waters slams the door in extras. Sawteeth win 9-6 as we take the slugfest against the Pigs. Started good. Gave away the lead. Then it was back and forth all the way to the extras. And then Johnny Bags just put the nail in the coffin. Pigs now going to be 2-7 on the year. We are now 6-3. That puts us in a tie for first place. We're back in the hunt, boys. We moved back into second place in the division. We are above the Sirloins. We have better run differential than them, but the Blowfish are still above us. Hitless today for us were Caldeet, Majiko, Friedman. Lewis didn't bat, so he doesn't count. Two-run solo homer today for Mackenzie Fry. She also had an RBI single. Johnny Bags had 2 home runs today, driving in 5 runs total. Kathy Cul-de-sac had an RBI single, and Peak Physique had his first homer of the year. Johnny's 2 homers today were his first 2 of the year. And Fry's homer, that was her 6th. On the other side for the Pigs today, hitless were Ava Blanc, Roberto Alba, Duder Alderino, and Chase Tabul. Solo homer for Squinch Toot Whistle, solo homer for Spanky Wagner, solo homer for Testy Osteroni. He also had a 2-run double, and Cozy Spooner had an RBI single, which was his first hit of the season. Pitching lines, Dick Lucas 6+ innings today. He gives up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, a walk, 5 strikeouts, 2 earned homers given up. He stays at 1-0, gets a no decision. BH4 blows the save, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit given up, 1 earned run, a homer, 2 strikeouts. Everett Waters, the rookie, gets his first career win as he goes 2 innings out of the pen scoreless, striking out 2. On the other side, Rusty Nozzle, 5+ innings today for the Pigs in his season debut. 9 hits given up, 5 earned runs, 2 homers, 2 strikeouts. Solid outing. Atlanta Lantana, 3 2/3 innings, 4 hits given up, 1 earned run on a homer, and Kendra Kerr will take the loss, inning in the third, giving up 2 hits, 2 earned runs on a homer, and she falls to 0-3 on the year. That third run that scored doesn't count because the runner at the beginning of extra innings does not count as an earned run for any pitcher. Just learned that, actually. Johnny Bags is your player of the game with his 2-homer day as he has 3 hits total, drives in 5. Testy Osteroni with his 3 RBI day is the runner-up. And Mackenzie Fry with her 2 RBI day and a homer finishes third. Not bad. That is a solid victory, everybody. Another extra innings win. Ha ha. We needed that one. That stopped the losing streak. Now we're tied for the division lead again, 6-3 with 2 other teams. This is going to be a really competitive division down the stretch. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if 3 teams from our division makes it to playoffs this year. Alrighty, who is on Dirty Hamper duty this week? Ooh. Yeah, let's do Physique. He's still not playing well. Alright. Looking around the league. Ooh, we got some big roster moves here, it looks like. Okay. Alright. Lester Bronco released by the Sandcats as they're struggling this year, right now at 2-6. They're going to bring in everybody's favorite overdog, Dig Eforto. Mackenzie Fry, maxed out her power. Nice. Good job, Fry. She's now a B+. Canna Corn signs to the Nemesis, former freebooter right fielder. She'll replace Jock Sports. Ooh. Ooh, that's a big one for the Nemesis. Okay. That's a big shortstop right there, but we have Renero. I'm solid with John. Grapplers signed Raffy Slaps as they're going to cut utility guy Ian Fielder. And then Turbo Miles goes to the Wild Pigs as they're going to cut Squinch Toot Whistle. They've had enough of her failing to perform this season. As Miles returns to his old club. And Jovan Bambino is also cut by the Grapplers as they are going to bring in former Heater shortstop Busha Digman. So Bambino is available. I would be interested in signing Jovan to get rid of Caldeet, who's now injured. I would not mind going after Jovan. I also wouldn't mind going after Beefcake as well. Beefcake's a pretty solid guy. Toot Whistle in sports, though. Toot Whistle obviously has underperformed all year, and Jock Sports is way too expensive. So, no. We're not even going to go after him. Anybody else I find intriguing here? Not really. Maybe Bubkins, but our pitching... she could replace Tacoby at the bottom of the rotation. That would... I wouldn't be mad at that option, though. Is there, like, any young options I would, like, willingly go after? I mean, Rory Krauts is out there, but he's a bench guy, so... He's a bench guy. Nope. That's it. At least in... Yeah, actually, no, that's it. There's really nothing else out here, so I'm good. Started some guys. Let's go ahead and submit to the next game here. Got a few to get through today. Sandcats do win after making the roster move to cut Bronco. They win 3-2 over the Moose. Heaters win in 10 over the Overdogs. Another extra innings affair. They win 6-5. B-Wolves are taking on the Jacks here. B-Wolves win easily, 7-1. Freebooters taking on the Hot Corners here, and the Hot Corners rally and win 4-3. Hot Corners not going away without a fight. They're on a 3-game winning streak now. Grass Eaters beat the Sirloins in 12 innings, 6-5. That's good for us. Blowfish hold off a late charge from the Sandcats. They win 9-6. Nemesis beat the Crocs 6-3 as they're moved to 4-6 on the air. Last game in the sim. Wide Loads hold off the Overdogs, win a pitcher's duel 3-1. Wide Loads and Heaters tied at 8-2 at the top of the Epic division over there. Buzzards have a half-game lead on the Crocs, 5-4 record there in the Monster division. For us, we are a half game behind the Blowfish, who do win in today's sim. They do beat the Sandcats, so they're now 7-3. We are 6-3. Sirloins lose in the sim. They lost to the Grass Eaters, so they 6-4. Moonstars don't play. They stay at 4-5. Sandcats win 1 and lose 1, so they're at 3-7. Herbisaurs win. Freebooters lose. Hot Corners win. Moose lose, and Wild Pigs do not play in the sim. All right, we're taking on those damn Grass Eaters next episode. 6-3 versus 6-3. This could be a potential playoff preview. Last year, if you remember correctly, against the Herbisaurs, we lost. We lost hard. I don't remember the exact score because I have put that memory out of my mind, but it was horrible. Like, I had to throw Matty Bats out there for the last 2 innings because that's just how bad it was. On the mound will be lefty Bishop Fuller, 1-1 with a 6.10 ERA and a 1.16 WHIP. Former Heaters starter. And for us, it'll be Cecil Sawyer, 2-0 with a 1.26 ERA and a 1.12 WHIP, as he's been our most consistent starting pitcher this year. Player development, what do we got? Okay, velocity for Sawyer. He doesn't really need the extra velocity, not going to lie. I'd rather have accuracy for him, so probably not going to spend the money on this. Levine. I'm surprised this stuck around. I might get this because of that. But, again, I really wish it was accuracy. He doesn't really need the screwball either. He needs another fastball. Slash trips, power and speed. Doesn't really need it. Mackenzie Fry. Ooh, this is a good chance at power versus right-handers. Oh, that would put it above 100. Primo. Ooh. Okay, Primo could get a cutter. Get extra velocity, which is his weak point. Nutmeg, chance to become clutch. Ooh, okay. Hold on a minute. This will be here in 2 games. Okay, we can wait on this. Nutmeg definitely needs this, though. Circle this one. I think this one for Fry is the best one of the other 5 choices. Because Sawyer doesn't need extra velocity. He needs accuracy. Levine doesn't need the extra velocity either. He needs accuracy as well, and I would much rather him get a fastball than a screwball as another pitch option, so pass. Trips doesn't need the extra power. He hits pretty well with what he's got, especially with his traits. Plus, he doesn't need the extra speed. He's already at 97. Mackenzie Fry, that's the best option, I think, and Primo. Although I do love giving him a velocity, which is his weak point. I don't use him that often, so I'm going to give this one to Fry, who plays basically every day as either the catcher or the DH, and giving her extra contact would just be a bonus. She gets that trait, look out. +2 contact to 67. She does not get the bonus 4. Okay. Going for the power versus righty. She got it. Oh, yeah. Now she's a menace. A menace against righties. Good job, Fry. Good job. All right, and then we will be able to get this one in 2 games. Yes, perfect. All right, let's set the lineup for next episode. Call it a day. Next time out, leading off in center will be Slash Trips. He is down all the way from on fire to neutral mojo. Wow. Johnny Bags in right field, batting second as he's locked in. He's in for the injured Caldeet. Peak Physique up to the 3 slot, still tense at first base, though. Renero at shortstop in the cleanup role. Janice Friedman batting 5th. He'll be at second base, despite going 0 for 5 today. Junior Young Jr. in the lineup is the DH. He'll be playing against the lefty. That's why he's in there. Batting 7th will be catcher Boo Lewis, as Fry excels against righties. Batting 8th, third baseman Kira Nutmeg. And batting 9th is left fielder Kathy Cul-de-sac, as she's going to be getting a lot more playing time now with the injury to Caldeet. And that is going to do it for this episode, guys. A big win today in extra innings against the Pigs, as we do win in 10 innings, 9-6 the final. We won the slugfest. We went back and forth. We didn't choke it away this time. We actually came out on top. We end our losing streak. Now at 6-3, we are a half game out of first, taking on the division-leading Herbisaurs next episode in a potential playoff preview. Can we get the job done against those grass eaters and get the revenge for year 1? Tune in next time to find out. If you made it this deep in the video, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate your support as always. If you haven't already, hit the follow and or subscribe button down below here on Twitch to be either notified next time I go live or donate money if you so choose. And if you haven't already over on YouTube, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. Link to Twitch down in the description below if you want to come over and watch the games live next time before they're posted. And that'll do it for me today, everybody. Have a wonderful evening. This is the Nasty One, signing off.